Elon Musk is getting sued by the King of England. Am I kidding? Not really. Elon Musk is getting sued because he is not paying the rent on his two of his headquarters for Twitter, one in San Francisco and the other in London. So there's two lawsuits, as you see here. I love this headline and photograph setup from Insider that says King Charles Real Estate Company is suing Elon Musk's Twitter over unpaid rent. So the King of England owns the building, sort of, for the most part, in which Twitter is housed. And I love Elon Musk thinking he is so powerful and awesome and the richest man in the world. But King Charles is like, no, honestly, you have to pay your rent. It's so sad. And lawsuit 2, the company failed to pay its $3.36 million in rent last month, prompting the landlord to draw the sum from Twitter's line of credit. And then Twitter subsequently again failed to pay the $3.42 million rent for the next month, but the landlord only managed to get about $265,000 from the line of credit, which now has a $1 balance. And the landlord argues that Twitter has breached the contract for rent also by not raising its line of credit by $10 million, which it was required to do in the event of a change of ownership, which is, from the previous owners to Elon Musk under the lease agreement. And a spokesman from Elon Musk had this to say in this graphic, which will go, the rent is too damn high.
Yeah, I didn't see that coming. I was once in a commercial with that guy.
Were you really?
Yeah.
Love that guy.
Okay.
So what do you think?
It was for 6th rental car. Check it out. Okay, anyways, look guys, the reason why this story is relevant is not because, Elon Musk forgot to pay the dry cleaner bill, okay? No, because of the ramifications. It can only mean one of two things. One is they're on the verge of bankruptcy, because that's what you do when you run out of all money, is you stop paying your bills. And rent is primary bill, because otherwise you will be removed from the premises and will no longer have offices. And remember, Elon Musk is not one of these guys who are like, just work from home. Remember, he threatened to fire everyone if they didn't come into the office. But Twitter doesn't have enough money to pay for the offices, okay? So that's usually the answer. But there is a second possibility, which is that he's gonna move their headquarters all to like Texas or some place where he's gonna pay no taxes, right? Okay, but if you do that, basically by not paying these bills, you're saying, I'm gonna stiff them. There's another way to say that. I'm going to rob them because I have a contract where I'm supposed to pay them a lot of money. They can get somebody else to pay them a lot of money, but I'm just gonna take their property and not pay them, okay? And so at least obviously for a while since it's rent. Well, in the old days, that would have brought disrepute on you. People would have been like, that is shameful, right? Now Republicans think, attaboy. Remember when Trump went bankrupt 6 times and he didn't pay anyone who believed in him and trusted him? That was so smart. You gotta screw people over. We want a leader who's just the worst, most immoral person you've ever seen, who when they have a handshake, it doesn't mean a goddamn thing. When they promise you they're gonna do something, they're lying. And right-wingers now love that. So I guarantee you that if he stiffs them, they're gonna be like, I knew Musk was smart. That's what you do, you rip people off. Family values. Right wing, they have no morals. They now pride themselves on having no morals.
Yeah, it's insane. I'm looking into the specifics of his financial situation, trying to find out exactly the way in which and why he's missing these payments. Twitter revenue, according to Fortune, reportedly down 40% just when Elon Musk's first major interest payment is due. Oops. According to reports, the first quarterly payment on the $13 billion worth of debt used by Musk to buy Twitter, which is backed by his Tesla stock, by the way, must be paid by the end of the month. Analysts put the amount at approximately $300 million, which is about 10 times as much as his monthly rent, or a quarter of the estimated $1.2 billion in annual interest payments due. And he has, according to some reports I saw, $1.1 billion in liquidity, which is like money, cash, and $6 billion in expenses, reportedly. It's been a bad year for Elon, just to kind of rehash the other financial hardships he has faced. Over 500 advertisers halted their spending on Twitter. Musk fired their account managers, so those companies reportedly couldn't even call someone to find out how they could continue their ad buys. Fidelity marked down, basically reported losses of its stake in Twitter, the Twitter parent company, by more than half. Basically saying, yeah, no, the part I own of Twitter is not worth half as much as I bought it for. And the fourth quarter revenue was also down 35%. But there's hope, Cenk. The hope is a garage sale. For those of you who haven't seen these headlines, Twitter rids itself of bird statue, espresso machine in auction following cuts.
That'll probably do it. Yeah.
Someone from Twitter said, this is obviously we're not going to make all the money back. We're just doing it because we want to, Marie Kondo the whole place. I don't know. If it doesn't bring you joy, reminding you how much you're in debt, sell it. And he's actually gotten some money back from it. The giant bird statue, which is how it's described, fetched $100,000.
Yeah.
A neon bird statue fetched $40,000. A 6-foot symbol planter, $15,500, and an espresso machine, $13,500.
Okay.
Which is still not $3 million.
Yeah, that's not going to get you the $300 million you owe in debt payments just for this quarter, let alone the $3 million for the rent of just one of the offices. But holy cow, you had a $13,000 espresso machine?
Yeah.
How good was that espresso? Okay, probably put too strong coffee in there, I get it. Okay, you want to get a good quality machine for that. All right, look guys, the jury's starting to come in. So people are smart at different things, right? Einstein was great at physics, but couldn't figure out a comb if his life depended on it, okay? So that's why everybody's like, well, Elon Musk, 3 companies that went to $1 billion valuation, and then became the richest man on earth, so he's gotta be a genius, right? And then you start to unravel it a little bit. Wait a minute, he didn't actually create Tesla, he just bought Tesla. So that whole engineering genius, Bruce Wayne kind of thing is like, well, not exactly, which is kind of ironic given Nikola Tesla's history. He kind of Edison, the guys who created Tesla.
Right, he's Bruce Wayne in that his parents were rich.
Yeah, I mean, now you know his dad owned emerald mines, etc. So when you have that big a leg up and you're in Silicon Valley, like people tripped over $1 billion in Silicon Valley when he was coming up, right? So but the jury's not in. And a lot of people say, no, he did amazing things with PayPal and SpaceX, etc., right? But now Tesla stock tanking super hard, and he's doing things that we can see with our own eyes don't make any sense at all, right? I mean, Fidelity marking it down means that it's not. They think it's no longer worth $44 billion. Then they think it's worth $22 billion. Oops, you just lost $22 billion right in front of our eyes in the span of a couple of months, and that's your best case scenario. And this thing, because you're not paying the rent, you might be. I don't know how he's going to make those interest payments given Twitter's revenue or now lack of revenue.
Right.
And firing account managers. Look, I got no love for salespeople. Trust me, that's a long story, okay? But if you don't have salespeople to take the call to advertisers, well, they have no way of advertising with you. So of course your revenue is going to go down. Don't you know that? You can't fire 2/3 or 3/4 of your employees and think that you can still run a company. I can kind of see the idiot now, right? Like the curtain is starting to pull back, and not the whole jury's in, but 2 people just came in and were like, idiot.
Yeah, running a social media site is not rocket science, which sucks for him because he's only good at rocket science. We got to take a break. When we come back, Steven Crowder and Alex Jones taking his side over Ben Shapiro. Was Cenk right? Find out after the break.